How do we wrap this up? Maybe a good old fashioned see you in hell or something. Then again, this place is hellish enough as it is. That's it. Now it's just a straight shot to get outside. Great, let's go. There, you made it out. So I was dreaming after all. I should have known. I wasn't dreaming after all. Come on now. You've been pissing in our ears about your regrets a while now. Save the grieving for later. Well done, everyone. Now that you're out up there, all our monitoring functions are back online. It's like, it looks like the Opushniki and the Metropolitan Macarius are both gone. Phew, it's about time you got to a point where we can monitor you again. How could you let your guard down like that? You fools! What were you thinking getting lost in a place where we can't track you? Well there, partner, the point of having an ace up your sleeve like that is that the other guy can't see it, so what's your damn problem? Billy is right, Golda. The fact that they made it back alive is a victory in its own right. Astario's noble phantasm is one of the few man-eater traps never ever to exist, even in the Gracian world. Not only did Dante Yeager's team manage to escape it, they even acquired a powerful new ally in Miss Minamoto. If that's not a victory, I don't... Miss Minamoto, am I mistaken or are you floating? Why, yes I am. Nice to know your eyes are as sharp as your good looks are devastating. Floating? What's going on? I'm afraid Miss Miyamoto does not have firm roots in this Lostbelt. Her existence here is inherently unstable, even after forming a contract with Dante Yeager earlier. Now I see. So this is the downside to being able to race shift on one's own power. Bluntly, she is not altogether different from a ghost. She has no place in any world, whether proper human history or a Lostbelt. Yep, pretty much. I mean, I am a female Musashi who doesn't belong anywhere, let alone in Dante Yeager's history. I used to be a drifter with no place to call home, wandering around with no goal beyond improving my swordsmanship. But now that I've reached 0 and obtained a sword that surpasses my father's, I don't even have that. Honestly, I don't know why I bothered to travel at all anymore. Does that mean? Don't worry, I'm totally fine with it. I may not be totally corporeal anymore, but I'm still me. All I need are beautiful people to look at, money to buy udon, and challenging enemies to fight. Still, it sucks that my presence here is unstable. After letting loose in that battle, I can tell this place just doesn't quite agree with me. I guess even my connection with Dante Yeager isn't enough to keep me anchored. So that means I've done this enough that I can tell it probably won't be too long before I tumble off into another world. I'm sorry to say I won't be able to stick by you to the end here. In fact, this might even be the last time I ever... Nope, not bringing myself down. Whatever happens from here on out, I'm glad I showed up in this world. I keep toying with my emotions with her, because I haven't summoned her, and yet they're giving me this BS that I have to deal with. After all, I got to save your life just in the nick of time. Not every day I get a chance like that. I don't really get what's going on, but basically you're gonna be disappearing soon. Doesn't that scare you? Of course it does, and I hate that I won't be able to stick around, but if I sit around feeling sorry for myself, I'll miss the chance to help out while I can. Anyways, there you have it, Dante. Your time is definitely not on my side. My bad. All right. Wait a minute. It says, anyways, there you have it. Time is down on my side. I might not be able to help you out as much as I'd like to. As much as like, but I'll do my best to clear the way forward for you while I can. Thanks, Musashi. That's all I ask. Are you finally done talking? People from the East being unafraid of death is nothing special. Says the fat ass who is terrified of death. It's the same culture that gave us harakiri and wabi sabi, you know. No. At any rate, we've no more use for that Yaga. Get rid of him. Go on. Get out of my sight. Right, yeah, that figures. Wait. What? We can't speak for the rebel army, but of our part, we don't blame you for cooperating with our enemy. However, we do want as much information as you can give us on Ivan the Terrible. What? Are you still planning to defeat him? Forget it, it's impossible. Oh, impossible, you say, and why is that? Because I can't tell you. It's so horrible, I can't even put it into words. He's that much of a monster. A monster, and so then he must be quite large. Large doesn't begin to describe it. He's on a whole other level. It's alright, Patchy. We've fought and beaten some truly enormous enemies before. Remember Tiamat? Talk about huge. That said, with the rebel army wiped out, our chances of defeating Ivan the Terrible now are slim, verging on non-existent. That's why I keep telling you not to even try going after him. This is going nowhere fast. Any idea for how to break the stalemate, Holmes? Not yet. I'm afraid Patchy's remark alone aren't nearly enough to draw reliable conclusions. Every single piece of the puzzle must fall into place inspection, eyewitness, testimony, and evidence. Only with all of those can I begin to accurately determine our chances for victory. Let me save you some time. Here it is right now. Zilch. But okay, fine. If you're that determined to fight the Tsar, you should just see him for yourselves and have your spirits broken in the process. Well, before that, there's the matter of whether we can even get close to him. As matter stands, we cannot. The frontier may be fairly free of Opichniki, but the capital area is crawling with them. Then I guess it's up to me to do something about that. Beowulf. In the flesh. I came as soon as I could after the Yaga had watching this place told me what was happening, but I guess I was too late. So what do we do about the plan now? We go ahead with it. Good. Glad your spirit isn't broken. Long as you can keep your chin up like that, you'll be alright. Huh, hang on. Isn't this all the servants we had? No, I'm afraid Archibald is still missing. Avisbron is still missing. I see. Oh, by the way, the little lady over there making eyes at you, hoping for a duel is Minamoto Musashi. Minamoto Musashi, huh? And here I thought she was just some crazy wait. Minamoto Musashi as in the great swordmaster from the Far East? Oh, I don't know if I'd go that far. But never mind that. Is it true that you fought the giant Grindale all on your own? I see what your game is now, but unfortunately I'm not fighting anyone here unless I had to. Not with circumstances being what they are. Ah man, foiled again. At least old man Tajima had the decency to take me up on my challenge. Anyways, is this the plan you told me about earlier? You really think it'll work? Of course not. Hey, if it isn't patchy, so why isn't it going to work? Hey. Because... Easy there, partner. Gotta admit, I ain't thrilled about Ivan seeming so much more powerful than even we bargained for. Still, we learned ourselves a little something. Not sure you're gonna like it. Wanna hear it anyway? Shoot. Heh, looks like Ivan the Terrible is gonna be counting sheep to use the noble phantasm of his that summons all those damn Opichniki. So all we gotta do is wake him up and the Opichniki ought to disappear in a flash. I see, so that's why he's able to summon as many as he wants and have them stick around. Don't do it! Don't do what, Patchy? You can't wake Ivan the Terrible up, and you shouldn't even be thinking about fighting him. Do you see him? Did you see him? Yeah, I did, and I... Settle down now, that's enough. The short of it is that Patchy here got a look at Ivan the Terrible in the flesh, and it spooked him something fierce. Is that so? And now you say we shouldn't even think about fighting him. That's right, he's... How do I put it? He's so far beyond us, I can't even put it into words. Sound like he caught a glimpse of an outer god than a freaking gigantic man, more like. World of Monsters. Basically, Patchy's scared because of his freaking size. Even thinking about fighting him or beating him doesn't make sense. He's a god. I mean, a god. Pathetic coward. Stop it. A god, huh? Patchy, let me tell you a little secret. We heroes fight gods like that. We heroes fight gods like that. It's pretty much our whole deal. That goes for Dante Jaeger too. That's exactly right. Some of our past opponents could best be described as gods. Even you, Dante Jaeger? Well, I mean, I was just watching. Just watching, huh? I don't remember what happened, but I bet you were the first to jump into the fray, weren't you? That's true. I watched the record I left for myself several times now, and that's how it went. So you're not gonna give up? Patchy, this guy doesn't even know how to give up. Anyways, if the Opushniki are all gonna disappear once Ivan the Terrible wakes up, maybe I should take the fight to the capital instead. Hey guys. Yes, General? I hate to ask, but can I trust you guys to handle the diversion near the capital? But sir, without you there, we can't possibly. Hey now, don't give me that. I thought I trained you guys to be able to operate even when I'm not around. You've got the numbers and you got what it takes to fight. If you want, you can always run away too. There is no shame in running away from the Opushniki, so you can live to fight another day. That's what I trained you guys for. You hear me? Yes, General. We've been over this, remember? You don't get through life by making the worlds unequal. You do it by spreading equality wherever you go. You can get where you're going a lot easier with someone at your side than you can on your own. The joy you get from working together beats the joy you get from kicking others down at any day of the week. I couldn't agree more, General, but I'm still nervous. Without you around to guide us, I don't know if we can make it. Part of being a king is planning for what happens after you're gone. You guys will manage okay without me, right? Now that I've taught you how to hunt, how to hide, and especially how to live together in big groups. General Beowulf. So sorry, but I'm gonna go with these guys. If I don't, you'll never get the real tomorrow you've been working for. A real tomorrow, huh? Billy? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking it might be about time I start taking all this serious. Especially now we know Yaga is capable of learning and growing much as anyone else. Bayo, I got a feeling that just that diversion ain't gonna do the trick. We're gonna need one in the capital too, so I'll play decoy to draw their attention. By yourself? Are you nuts? The Opushniki in the capital are all freakishly strong. It'd be like taking on 100 servants all on your own. Don't give it no thought. I'm an archer after all. We ain't that sort to go down easy. I'll keep them fighting as long as I can. What do you say? I know Dante Jaeger said you and I never ran into each other in America. But if we had, I'm sure I would have remembered. Cause there can't be many kick-ass outlaws like you around. There's a reason, and Billy the Kid's still known today. He's a legend among legends in the Old West. Ah, shucks, you're making me blush. Anyways, this ought to make things a mite easier for those of you round in the capital. Good luck out there. Alright, Beowulf, Billy, we'll find a way to make it work on our own. thanks for everything. Make sure you two come back safe and sound. You bet. Once Ivan the Terrible is out of the picture, well, we'll try to make it back. No promises though. That's okay. I know you hate making promises you're not sure you can keep. Alright, we'll make our way ahead of you then. Once we're all set, we'll make sure we get their attention. Are you just gonna abandon them? I'm not abandoning anyone, but I'm not gonna keep them safe forever either. The time for that is long past. This isn't the age of heroes anymore. I'm not even sure how I arrived at this conclusion myself. Anyways, the point is, this isn't a time when only heroes or the strong get to survive anymore. Not even in this Yaga world. And there's no way anyone should still be ruling on high as God's agent for hundreds of years. Not a time when only the strong get to survive, huh? So, there you have it, Dante Yeager. I know it took a while to get here, but now I'm finally joining your team. And to kick things off, I've got an idea. What do you say we go in and save Atalante and Salary? Atalante and Salary? Then they're still alive? Sure are. I'm told they were taken captive. They could have handled themselves just fine, of course, but Atalante gave herself up when the enemy took some kids hostage. That does sound like her, right? And Celery probably followed her lead. Just a moment. If they succeeded at capturing a servant as strong as Miss Atalante, then surely they must have taken her back to the capital, no? You'd think so, but it doesn't look that way. I had some Yaga tell them, and they told me they actually bypassed the capital and brought the captive somewhere else. One second. An old fortress they turned into a prison. Well, fortunately, we won't need to infiltrate the capital to rescue them, but why would they avoid the capital to begin with? Perhaps they're concerned about Ivan the Terrible being assassinated. But no, if that were the case, they would have executed them right away. Atalante and Celery were both servants powerful enough that they needed to be heavily guarded at all times. Why would the enemy go so far as to build a prison just to keep them away from the capital? Could it be because of who else is in the capital? Patchy, you were taken to Yagamaska after you were captured, correct? Yeah, that's right. What were things like there? Were the Yaga afraid of Ivan the Terrible? No, it didn't look like it. I didn't hear a single one bad-mouthing Asar when I was there. I don't blame them, seeing how they live way better off than we do in the frontier, not to mention all the Oprishniki everywhere they go. Then can you tell me if they appear to be living in fear of the Oprishniki, or if they seem genuinely loved and respected the Tsar? Genuinely? I don't know. That's hard to say. Close your eyes, Patchy. Take a deep breath and think back to what you saw there. All right. Goodness, I can't believe he defied the Tsar. Worthless Yaga, hell's too good for him. Did that Yaga do something bad? The incorrigible runt forgot the depth of gratitude we owe to the Tsar. Now he's suffering the consequences for incurring the Tsar's wrath, and rightfully so. Make sure you won't ever end up like him. I don't know what he was thinking to find the strongest being in existence. We all need to stick together if we're going to survive this world. They didn't sound like they were being coerced. They actually sounded like they worshipped him. They didn't seem to be afraid of the Oprishniki at all either. Then based on what you saw, there were no signs of dissent there. Not as far as I can tell, no. Excellent. You have just provided another key piece to the puzzle, piece of the puzzle to the mystery of Ivan the Terrible. You have my thanks, Patchy. No problem, really. How can this possibly help us, Holmes? You about to find out, fat ass. Of course the citizens of Yaga Mosca are going to sing Ivan the Terrible praises. The Yaga may be devoted to the principle of the strong get to eat, but they are no less possessed of emotions than humans. They are no less possessed of emotions than humans. As we saw with Patchy earlier, there is no Yaga that does not feel fear. All the more so if they're confronting the Tsar, it being said to be an agent of God himself. So then, if the Yaga in the capital revere the Tsar rather than fear him, yes, that, my friend, means the Tsar must be revered. Huh? What's going on? Heh. Oh, that had better not be going where I think it's going. I'm afraid that question will have to wait until right now. Then what the hell was the dramatic pause for? What it means is that Ivan the Terrible is on the verge of waking up. However, the other authority figures wish to prevent this at all costs. I cannot imagine the Tsar would be especially pleased by the current circumstances after all. As if the rebellions weren't enough, now there are servants being summoned one after another for the express purpose of defeating him. The Tsar would surely see this state of affairs as nothing short of a personal attack on him and the reign he has established here. As such, even the slightest of disturbance in the capital would be all it may take to wake him up. Fortunately, that means we may only have to contend with the Oprishniki army for a short time. Now I see. But either way, we're not heading to the capital just yet. First, we need to rescue Atalante and Salieri. I am so ashamed. I cannot believe they decided to spare us. Those dirty bastards threaten to kill those kids if we don't go along. That's no way for the strong to behave. Be that as it may, it was my fault for not refusing them. I apologize. I just could not abandon those poor children. You did everything you could, boss. I have no right to call myself your boss anymore, not after so much blood has been spilled. The rebel army has no hope of rebuilding itself anymore. I will never be able to bear these fangs against the Tsar again. Things may not be as bad as you think, Atalante. Huh? You sure been running around making a mess of things, haven't you? You are the mage who was invited to the palace, the cryptor. Don't bother. That cage uses command spell binding techniques to keep servants in check. There's no way you can break through it with your magic resistance. I suppose I must have frightened you more than a bit if you have taken such precautions. So, why are you here? Is it time for my execution? No, I'm here to recruit you. I want you to form a contract with me and fight for our side. Are you mad? What mush do you have between your ears in place of brains? No, I'm dead serious. So long as you side with the Tsar, we are enemies. I'm not on his side. What? I'm not on the Tsar's side at all. Just take a look around. See any opportunity here? I want to make a deal with you. A deal? That's right. I want to take the Tsar down, and I want you to help me. What do you mean by that? And the Tsar is not the only one you need to defeat. If you really want to help this abandoned world, then you'll need to take down Chaldea too. So that's his plan. Surely you must have realized it yourself. You may be a servant of proper human history, but your true sympathies lie with this side, don't they? This Lostbelt is one of the dregs of history. If Chaldea succeeds at a goal, you know what will happen to it. Tell me more. Gladly. All you Yaga here should listen to this too. I think we could all do great things together, especially seeing as we have the same goal. This should give me everything I need. My caster, my rebel army, and Atalante. Salary, and most importantly, Avis Brun. Chaldea Mosh Kurelai Dante Jaeger. I will surpass you, all of you. Heh, I'm finally getting going. So since Abyss Braun isn't here, I guess that means we can't use the golems now. Yes, no need to worry about that. We'll take you there in the shadow border. Let me see, where are we? Manador, and then 21. And then 22 would be Ivan the Terrible, the Rebellion troops, Anastasia. Yes, no need to worry about that. We'll take you there in the shadow border. Things being what they are, we cannot afford to simply hide away any longer. We'll come pick you up right away, right now. You want us to move towards the fighting? Have you lost your mind, Holmes? No, he has not. The time for confining ourselves to our immediate surroundings has long since passed, Gordo. From here on out, we will be assuming the same risk that Mr. Dante Jaeger has been facing on the front lines all this time. Attention all hands in the cockpit / command room, as well as those of you at your positions throughout the shadow border. We will now be piloting the border across Russia's vast territory. We will most likely have to fight off demonic beasts and Oprisniki on our way. It will be risky, but it's a risk we must take. I understand, Holmes. No objections here. Men, so we're finally wading into combat ourselves, huh? Oh well, I guess we can't have the gas pedal rushing over from disuse. That plan is a-okay with me. Jingo Minore, as well as the rest of the staff are all on board. Speaking as technical advisor and the borders in transit mainframe, I'm on board with this too. But what's this? Be still, my heart. Could it be that the only one who isn't on board with this plan is the big shot, a tough elite mage sitting in the fancy chair? Aren't you a prestigious clock tower mage, a graduate from the police department at that? You must have some experience in military affairs. But now you're telling us you're afraid of a little combat action. And I am not afraid. I'm just concerned about the shadow border's safety. It's the last bastion of humanity after all. It's my duty to protect it. I'm afraid just keeping the border safe won't stop the world from ending. We also need to use it to fight back, am I wrong? Grrr. You think I don't know that? Of course I do, but can you guarantee our safety? Especially from, say, a cannon shell being fired straight into the command room? I'm afraid you'll just need to trust my and Mr. Minore's piloting technique on that. But if it's any comfort, I can tell you that we have completed the simulator most difficult course 10 times out of 100. Really? The same course I only ever beaten 5 times myself? I'm impressed. Wait, you mean you tackled that course by yourself? That thing's like the safari rally. Very well. I'll allow it. Being as I am a master driver myself, I know talent when I see it. But as the commander, I reserve the right to order an immediate retreat if I sense we might be in the slightest bit of danger. Understood, Gordo. Miss Currentlight, would you be so kind as to contact Mr. Dante Yeager? Tell him the shadow border is on its way. Hey, there you have it, Master. We'll be heading your way now. Please hold tight until we get there. Say, I just realized something. That was Mosh, right? The girl you told me about before. If she's a servant, why isn't she here with you? Well. I see. Got it. Just leave everything to me. So, that's your ride, huh? I like it already. Thanks for waiting, everyone. Please come on board. Haha, this is great. It's faster than any horse could ever hope to be. Damn right. Puts me in mind to head up to the deck and let loose a good old-fashioned yeehaw. This thing's practically a boat running on land. It is, isn't it? There's nothing better than blasting across a barren wasteland at full throttle. I had to advise against going out on the deck though. Rushing through this weather at such speed would freeze anyone to death, even a servant. Couldn't they just use their spirit forms? Oh, but then they wouldn't be able to feel the wind on their faces, would they? Don't you ever shut up. This right here is exactly why I hate what I hate about your boorish servant, your boorish heroic spirit. Why can't Caldea find any dignified servant? I am sure you will meet some of those later in our journeys, Gordolf. Ah, what about the Grand Duchess? She would seem to be nothing if not dignified. Are you madman? Why would I take an ice demon like her as my familiar? Not to mention, just seeing her face makes my growing seeds of something fierce. Talk about a traumatic experience. Still, I'm actually with the old man in this one. The Grand Duchess scares the hell out of me too. Nonetheless, we cannot let our fear hold us back forever. If we are to get through this, we will need to face her sooner or later. Don't you agree, Mr. Dante Yeager? Where is Mr. Dante Yeager? Welcome back, Senpai. Fu. Hey there. Hello, Musashi. It's a pleasure to meet you in person. Same here, oh shit, nice to finally meet you. Shumash, thank you. Aha, your shoulders and thighs are kind of stiff, aren't they? Have you been doing something? Nothing special, just my usual training regimen. I see, I see. Guess we don't have to worry about the physical side. So, that just leaves the mental side. Hey, think you can make some time to talk later? There are so many things I want to ask you. For example, maybe you could tell me some juicy stories about Dante Yeager. Hee. Wait, what kind of things do you want to ask her? I can't answer any questions that would violate his privacy. Who's like, what privacy? It's nice to be outside again, senpai. Home said I could go with you. What with the border close by and all. Well, it's nice that we got here in record time, but something seems off. You're right. I ain't sensing any enemies around here at all. May as well head inside. I'm not smelling much here. We might have been wrong about where they were. We scanned this location earlier ourselves and found nothing whatsoever. They must be masking all the servants' readings, but it still seems strange that it would be completely deserted. Beowulf, I take it you would prefer to go charging in. Huh? Well, yeah, pretty much. That's about how a siege ought to work when you're in a hurry. Something about that doesn't make a lick of sense. Still, I gotta agree that quicker's better at this point. Well, very well, go ahead and charge in, though I don't believe you'll find anything worthwhile. So, we got to go ahead, huh? We got to go ahead. In that case, rah! He smashed the door to pieces in a single blow. That's one way to win a race against time. I'll say. Looks like you were right. This place is deserted. I don't sense anyone here either. Definitely deserted. I can make out Atalante's scent and Salari's though just barely. It looks like they were shipped out of here about 3 days ago. What do you make of it? Your guess is better than mine. You can track scents? You can't? You all got stuffy nose or something? Nothing like that. Regular old humans ain't got the noses you Yagas do. So your nose and your ears are basically useless when that's gotta suck. Hey master, there's a note here. Looks like someone named Kadak wrote it. You know him? Mosh. Right, Beowulf, could I see the note please? Yes, this is definitely Kodak's handwriting. I remember it from his Magecraft essays. It says Atalante and Solari are to be executed in Yaga, Moscow. It's scheduled for 5 days from now. Damn, so that's their plan. So he's calling us out. We gotta ride to the capital to stop him, huh? Suppose we could make it in time. Of course, once we do, we'll have the whole parcel of Oprishniki to contend with before we can even think about getting to the execution site. Why would you even go at all? It's obviously a trap. I'm sure it is, but the fact is, our only hope for success is to distract the enemy and defeat them as quickly as possible. And to do that, we need as many servants to help us as we can possibly get. Atalante in particular is capable of taking on a large army all on her own. So if we are going to defeat Ivan the Terrible or even face him, we're going to need her help. Ideally, I would like to have Avisbron and his golems around too, but hey, speaking of Avisbron, the note mentioned him at all. After all that happened last we saw him, he must be either dead or captured. No, I'm afraid there's no mention of him at all. Patchy, can you make out Avisbron's scent too? Avisbron's tough to make out. His scent always mixes in with dirt and rocks. That masked and full body outfit doesn't exactly help either. Too bad. I was hoping I'd get to meet the legendary Golem Keeper for myself, but oh well. Anyways, it looks like we're done here, Master. Now all we gotta do is make a choice. Do we go to the capital or not? What do you say? I said we fight. Obviously we fight. There's nothing more we can do but fight. So we've got me, Billy, and Minamoto Musashi. That means it'll just be the three of us against the entire capital. Even if we luck out, find Avisbron and rescue Atalante, that still only makes 5. But well, if things start to look bad, I can fight too. I should at least be able to help keep you all safe while... No, you won't be any of use to us in combat, not with the state you're in. If anything, you'd only drag us down. Listen, in this world, you're either strong enough to survive or you die. Just because you can technically fight doesn't mean you'll actually be useful on the battlefield. We're going up against the Opushniki and the Matador. That priest and Koyo Nashika, 2 servants we know almost nothing about, Grand Duchess Anastasia and Ivan the Terrible himself. Not to mention Kadak Zamupoulos. Yes, one of the 7 cryptors. I have no doubt he's waiting for us. I'm pretty sure I can beat just about anyone, but I know Ivan the Terrible is a monster who's been ruling this world for 450 years straight. I can't really say for sure I can beat him until I've seen the bastard for myself. You're gonna regret that, I promised. If you guys want to go off and get yourself killed, that's your business, but what about Dante Yeager? Even I can tell he's, well, different. Right? He's a weakling who can't even kill a single demonic beast on his own, right? Well, Dante Yeager, are you really okay with dying? Of course not, but I still need to keep moving forward. Of course not, but I still need to keep moving forward. Well, you're not going anywhere right now. Now, don't move. Patchy. Hold it, Billy. You too, Musashi. I want to talk to him in private. Just us. Fine with me, Patchy. Holmes. It's quite alright, Masquerade. Like, stand down. Billy, Miss Miyamoto, Patchy won't hurt him. He just wants a private talk. Isn't that right? Alright. We'll go way outside the prison until you're done with your talk. And I'll go ahead and end our call. Wait, are you sure that's a good... Don't worry, it's fine. There. Now it's just the 2 of us. Us, huh? I don't know what we all started lumping humans and Yaga together. Anyways, now there's no more servants here to keep you safe. Nope, there aren't. Killing you would be way easier than killing a demonic beast. I wouldn't even have to use my gun. All I'd have to do is twist your neck like a bit to break it, and you'd be dead, isn't that right? Yep. You die if one of your arteries got cut too, or if you just fell sick with an incurable disease. You can't handle drowning or fire as well as we can. And you especially can't handle this cold. If I ripped that coat off of you right now, you'd be dead in no time, wouldn't you? Yep. Yaga don't die nearly that easy. This cold might be deadly for you, but for me, well, I call it a bit chilly, that's all. If you want to kill a Yaga, you'd have to completely cut off their head. I heard that something called infectious disease used to kill humans all the time. Never heard of a Yaga dying that way. I'm a lot stronger than you. All the Yaga are stronger than humans. Which is why I don't understand. How are you able to smile? Am I smiling? Yeah, all the damn time. Even if you're depressed or angry, you always look to me like you're smiling deep down inside. I don't get it. This world is nothing but pain and suffering. I don't ever smile. There's never been anything to smile about. The closest I come is when I had enough vodka to get drunk. I've never actually smiled deep down from the heart. Be straight with me, Dante Yeager. Is your world really that happy? Speaking for myself, I was happy, yes. Is that so? Now I get it. I finally understand why I decided to go along with you even if doing it got me killed. I want you to be driven to despair. I want you to curse this brutally cruel world, to curse your body for being weak and fragile. I want you to curse yourself for being weak. That's not going to happen. You say that now. But you'll change your tune quick once you meet Ivan the Terrible. I've changed my mind. The rebel army, the Tsar, I don't care about any of it anymore. I'm not going to kill you myself. But what I'm going to do is watch you fall into despair. I'm going to be there when you reduce to crawl on your hands and knees. You don't get to be happy. Not when even the idea of happiness is unattainable for us. So you're still going to come with us. You couldn't stop me if you tried. It's not like you can kill me, right? Go ahead and tell all the others if you want. Besides, I'm sure that Holmes guy is eavesdropping on us anyway. He is, isn't he? Huh? No, I actually don't think he is. Oh, come on, sure he is. There's no way a guy like that is listening in as we speak. Oh, done already? That went faster than expected. Weren't you eavesdropping the whole time? Ha ha ha, I never do anything of the sort. An English gentleman's word is his bond. So what was all that about anyhow? Cause it looked to me like he needed killing. Everything's okay now. You sure? Well, if you say so, I'll take your word for it. Of course, all bets are off if he pulls another stunt. Yeah, I understand. Don't worry, it won't happen again. Holmes' so-called gentlemanness aside, I can promise you we aren't listening in at all. For real? Oh yes, I saw that good-for-nothing detective do nothing but demurely sip his tea the whole time. It's important to rest when one can, particularly in our case, given that we are cooped up in the shadow border. The longer the situation continues, the more likely it is to wear on our minds. I'm quite sure Caldea's staff will come out the other side just fine, but what about you, Gorodal? Ha! Don't you mock me, serpent. Not a day goes by when I don't wish for the sweet embrace of death. And with the massive losses I've suffered this time around, I'm all but doomed no matter what happens. Oh no, now I want to die all over again. But that aside, we only have so much tea to go around. I certainly don't see us finding more here. Talk about bouncing back. Heh, well, it doesn't matter either way. Come on, let's get going. You are going to the capital, aren't you, Dante? Yep. Are you coming along too, Patchy? What is that a problem? I won't get in your way. And that thing I wanted to discuss with Dante Yeager is all settled now, right, Dante Yeager? Well, it's okay with me if it's okay with Master. I'm good. Alright. But, being one of the people who's been here from the beginning, there's something I want to say. Patchy, never try anything like that again. And I don't just mean because I don't like what you did. I'm saying this for your own personal safety too. You? Yeah, okay, I got it, don't worry. Besides, I won't have to do anything like that again anyway. It's gonna take at least a few days to get to the capital, so what's your next move? For the moment, I think we should take the shadow border as close to the capital as is safely possible. After that, we can ride bike horns the rest of the way. You mean the same bike horns the Yaga ride? Those are the ones. Think you can handle that, Dante? I can do that now, yeah? Master, does this mean you've been practicing horseback riding in secret ever since you fell off the horse in Rome? Huh? That's so. Well then, you can get your own mount and settle up. Fine with me, of course. I got around on horseback a lot back when I was crossing America. And very well, then everyone on board. It's finally time to begin our assault on Yakov Moscow, the very center of Russia and the home of that enormous tree.